Hey guys, welcome back to the old mill shed. So this video was shot a couple days after Christmas 2025. I hope everyone had a good Christmas. Hope you got to see the family you wanted to see and didn't have to deal with the family that you didn't want to see, whatever your situation may be. So let's get this out of the way. This is my buddy Mike's saw. I had to do a complete rebuild on it. Mike, your saw's ready. If you're watching this, you probably already have it. So the other day, I was cutting up some firewood. It was been cut for a while, but it was still tree length. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to hit that camera. And I was just using the little saw here, the little 435 Husky, and went to start it. And as you can see, yeah, that's not supposed to happen. So let's tear into it here and see what's wrong. It's just 4 screws to take this off. And this is a Husqvarna 435. And this is an actual Husqvarna. It's not a Poland that was made in orange and sold as a Husqvarna. The old 141s and 142s come to mind. This actually has the black Husqvarna tag on it. Okay, well, besides needing to clean it up in here a little bit, it didn't look too bad. We'll sit him down over here. Okay, so here's a recoil starter. Let me run that in just a little bit. There we go. So what this thing does, okay, let's try to pull it back in. Maybe it's not anything too serious. Maybe it's just sticking a little bit. No, it's definitely cocked up in there. So we got this little spring in here that is obviously, I want to say got sprung, but that's basically what happened. Now, I did go by my Husqvarna dealership and I bought the rebuild kit. It's on. I thought it came with a clock spring. I think it does. Now I went ahead and bought some extra core, but I don't think I'm going to need it. Now here's the clock spring. That's what I thought was bad, but it wasn't. It was just this spring right here. That's what it's supposed to look like. So let me go ahead and cut the old rope off of it. Sharpen your knife, Jason. Dang on. Alright. So we got the reel, we got the old, I think it was kind of warped a little bit. New one does look better. So first thing you want to do is you want to remove your clock spring here. It's just these 2 screws. Now this thing is under a lot of pressure, so be careful. And this one, since this one isn't broken, we'll take it out, and if I can keep it all together, we'll just put the same old one back in. But we'll show you how it goes together here. So what you want to do is you want to catch it under this lip and just ever so gently prise it up. And there it is. Now, some saws will not have it already captured like this. You'll have to put it in there and then you'll have to use your reel to crank it down. And it's really an ordeal. And it'll only go in one way. You have like a teardrop over here, and it's round over here. It'll only go back into your cover one way. So we'll put that back in and put our screws back in. And if that had been bad, we would have done the same thing, just with this spring. Just run the screws in. Okay, and now you've got your reel here. I'm going to put your new cord in there. You want to make a good heavy knot. Okay, every time you tie a knot on your pull cord, if you have to cut any of it off, be sure you take a lighter and burn those ends. Just melt it down. Now it is, I don't know, some kind of plastic, polyester or something. Be careful touching it with your fingers. The plastic will stick to your fingers and burn you. So this part here, that part right there, is what engages your clock spring. And you definitely want to put a little tension on this thing when you, so you got to crank this way, so you want to wind it this way. You don't want it to be sitting in there with no tension on it of this when you're putting the handle on. You want to make sure that the handle is being pulled into the housing. So it's going to be going that way. Yeah, so you pull it that way, and it's going to spring back. I think we can get one more out of this. So drop that down in there, make that groove line up on the spring down there, and then you want to pull your cord out. Okay. What I think happened is this screw that holds the starter pawl in position, I think that had gotten loose, allowed this spring to kind of cock up in there, and that's what ended up destroying it. But we're going to put the new one in, make sure we got it right. That's the correct way. I showed y'all the right way to put it in, and I still put it in backwards. So you'll notice this leg here sits out even with the outside, and this one cocks in a little bit. The one that cocks in goes down into the reel or the spool, whatever you want to call it. And then this one goes into the pawl. And let's go ahead and put a new screw in while we're here. This one doesn't have a washer, it's got like a spacer. I don't like that. Why is that not going down all the way? I want put a washer on that one. It might supposed to have it anyway. Good. All right. So now that that's all said and done, let's put our handle back on here. Pull you out of length, put your vice grips back on, feed it through your handle, make a big knot again. Like I said, you want to make sure you got some tension on this thing, because you don't want your handle you just want your handle flopping around while you're running. So is that going to stay? If you're worried about the cord pulling through, you can always put a little flat washer in here, just something metal for it so the plastic won't expand around it. I'm going to go one more time, make that knot just a little bit bigger. Oh, slipped off. It don't have to be pretty, just has to work. There we go. Then trim off the excess. And for those of y'all who've never seen this, this is an old Zippo lighter, but I changed it over to the butane insert. And I like that a lot better. Alright, so we got a handle on. It sits up there nice. Alright, so while we're in here, I'll show you how this thing works. Now, these right here, when this saw was sitting still, these are kicked in like they are now. And when this saw is running, these sling out. The centrifugal force pulls these little arms out. And these arms are what this catches on. And then you can see it's sloped on the back, so when it's first starting up and they haven't pulled out yet, it won't grab anything. It'll just slide around, and as the saw picks up speed, when they sling out, they're not rubbing a groove into your starter pawl here. So let's go ahead and stick this back on. And it's just a matter of just running your screws back in, making sure everything's sitting nice and tight. Okay, just snug everything up, make sure everything's good and tight. You don't want to over tighten anything. There you go. You got a saw that's ready to start up. I had it turned off so it wouldn't fire up in here. Alright. So that saw's back ready to go. Except for the chain need to be sharpened, which we'll cover in another video. Hey guys, so yeah, short video today. Real simple to do. It doesn't take a whole lot to fix the recoil starters on these things. Every saw, every brand's going to be a little bit different. I know Steel has their easy start system, I think they call it. So, you know, you pull it all the way out, and then some kind of spring in there will kick it over. Some don't have a spring on it at all. It'd just be the reel with the little starter pawl that just kind of fits into it and a screw that holds it together, and it's solid. I've seen a lot of Polands that are like that. But all of them are basically going to work the same, and you're going to repair them pretty much the same way. So as always, thanks for watching. If you enjoyed the video, give me a thumbs up, subscribe, and hit that notification bell. It helps the algorithm a lot. We'll see you here next time under the shed.